Hey guys, MELO here, as you know. Before y'all get at me, this girl's only drinking water in a teacup. Why is she frightened? Hate is so like, you guys are hilarious to me, but it's water in a teacup because I like to hold the handle. Anywho, welcome to Couch Confessions. Whenever you see this beat up brown couch, because I don't know how much longer you're gonna be with me, baby, but we've been through a lot. And I guess my butterfly background, it's gonna be because we're doing couch confessions. And essentially what that means is I'm gonna be getting raw with you guys, which I'm sure you're familiar with the term, but about me and my life. I'm gonna be exposing myself, as most people would call it. I just consider it talking the truth and sharing. Again, if you're looking for mix-up, good luck, because I don't put people's names out there. People deserve to have their privacy kept and respect their business. Certain stories, if you've known me before, you'll know who I'm talking about, and other ones you won't. And that's the way it's gonna remain. So, I guess let's hop right into it. So, Couch Confession, episode number 1 with MELO. So, before we go any further, one thing, if you guys haven't learned about me, is that I wear a smile mask. That's what I like to call it. And basically, it's how I handle my emotions. I laugh a lot. I smile a lot. If you watched my first episode, oh, actually, no, that's a lie. Episode 3, where I got raw, I mentioned that I cry when I'm happy, angry, sad, all that. Well, I smile when I'm nervous, when I'm getting nervous or scared to do something like this show right now. You see it's happening. And just like when things are awkward for me and I don't really know how to handle it. I tell people all the time, I smile and I laugh to keep from crying. Call me unstable if you'd like. I couldn't care less. So let's get into it. What do I want to be raw with you guys about today? Well, today I woke up. It's a Saturday and it popped into my head, something that I struggle with a lot. And I wonder if other people struggle with it too. So here you go. If I cry, I got tissue on deck, so I'm good to go. I'm gonna keep talking to you guys. I cry to release. The topic I'm gonna talk about today, I have gotten past it. It's just sometimes it pops up in my mind to remind me that I need to remind myself that you are meant to be here on this earth. And you do make people happy around you. So, yeah. All right, so let's go. Mask off. You're gonna see my serious face. This is Mel's ready to be open, vulnerable emotion face. There's not a smile on it. Getting a little nervous. Before I get into this, Mom and Dad, I love you guys so much. I'm already gonna cry. I love you guys so much. You guys did the best that you could to take care of me and raise me, and I will forever be in debt to you for that. Dad, you already know, you warned me, make sure you know I protect myself with doing this show because I can be really open with people sometimes and they take advantage, and it doesn't stop me from being open because I believe some people out there need this, and I'm going to continue to do it. I feel like it's kind of my newfound purpose and nothing's going to stop me. Nothing. So, again, I love you guys, but I'm gonna speak my truth. So, growing up, I'll start from the beginning. So, I was a oopsie. Nervous smile. I was an oopsie. I wasn't planned, like a lot of kids. Or a lot of babies. When I got older, I shouldn't say older, when I was in my like middle school or teens, it wasn't hidden from me. Like I always knew I was like a oopsie, but I still felt loved. I just knew I was a oopsie. I don't want my parents' business out there, but we were not together. I'll just say that. And then I came and brought life into their lives. No, I'm playing. Then I was born, and sorry guys, I'm stalling because it's a little odd to do this. Because I knew I was an oopsie, sometimes I felt like they didn't want me. Couch confessions is kind of tough. Yeah, I felt like my older brother, I felt like they wanted him, you know, like they were excited to have him, and I felt like I was just like a baby that they had to raise because I was conceived. I didn't feel like they were happy to have me. It's probably breaking my dad's heart because we're so close and he loves me so much, but it's how I felt, Daddy. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it together. Yeah, I didn't feel like I was wanted. I felt like, all right, let me, emotions. There was a point in time in my life where my mom pretty much let me know, or I guess I should say tried to tell me that my dad wasn't excited to have me. He didn't want me. And I believed it for a lot of years. And when you feel like your dad didn't want you, it hurts a lot. And that's a different kind of pain that stays with you. And to have like a parent kind of like, it's like I already had the feeling, and now with your words, you're verbalizing to me that it's true. It sucked. It sucked. I didn't even know how to process it. And don't get me wrong, it's not like my dad wasn't there. My dad was there. My dad was there. I'm not gonna act like I'm one of those kids like my dad just like left or like wasn't there. That man was there. He worked his ass off for me. And my bro. She just wasn't really good, I guess, at dealing with her own emotions. Just I guess about like relationships with my dad, or just, you know, our living situation. My parents were divorced. They were divorced twice. So however you think that would make kids feel or, you know, process. It wasn't until I was like in my mid-20s that like my dad and I started having like conversations. I just couldn't keep it in anymore. I wanted to know, like, did you actually want me? Or was I just something you had to take care of, you know? Like, I know you love me, but like, did you want to get rid of me? You know, like, was I a burden for you when you had to work those 2 jobs just to keep us all afloat? Like, I always felt like my fam would have been good with just my brother. If I wasn't there, they wouldn't have to, you know, struggle with things or like have to come up with more money for stuff. Like, if I wasn't there, everybody would be good, you know? I didn't think I was gonna cry this much. Get it together. Like I told you guys, I'm gonna cry with you guys sometimes. I'll be vulnerable with you guys sometimes. I feel like there's people in the world who are harboring this stuff, and I don't want you to feel like you're alone, because you're not. So yeah, I spoke to my dad one day. I will never forget it. It was like one of the happiest days of my life. Like the happiest day of my life. And you know, I let him know, you know, Mom, I don't know if you know this, but like growing up, Mom's let me know that like you didn't you weren't excited for me. You know, like you didn't really want me. And my dad was so honest. And I love you for that, Dad, because you didn't sugarcoat it, you didn't do nothing, but it was still the happiest day of my life. You don't even know it. But he said to me in few words, just like, you know, no, it wasn't the most ideal situation, but I loved you, and that he was happy he had me. And that like meant the world to me to hear. Cause me and my dad are like so close. I'm a daddy's girl. And it's a deep internal battle to feel so close to your dad, but you know, in the back of your mind feel like you didn't want me. So like, why are we so close? Like, is it guilt? Is that why you want to be so close with me? Because you really didn't want me? Like, what is it? So to learn that like, nah, it wasn't the most ideal situation, but he loved his baby, and he was happy I was there, regardless of the situation or how I was conceived, made my life like, it was just a life-changing conversation for me. And it was so short. It was like probably not even like 5 minutes, but it was just what I needed to hear. Since this couch confessions, prior to getting that conversation with my dad, yeah, I craved love. I craved feeling accepted by a man because I felt like my dad didn't want me. And it's not an excuse. I hate people like, that's an excuse. I'm just telling you what it is, whether you take it or you don't. Exit stage left or listen. So all right, a side note attached to this is, while I had the thought that my dad didn't want me, I also had a mom who was the one that wanted me, I guess, because she kept me, you know, gave birth to me and stuff, but she didn't know how to tell me she loved me. Imagine as a kid being like, Mom, I love you, and she's like, okay. It was hard. And then, I kept trying and trying because I wanted my mom to love me so bad. You're the one who wanted me, so tell me you love me. So I started doing things to try to teach her. As weird as that sounds, like I did try to teach my mom to love me. Guys, I'm gonna cry a lot. Cry is how I release things. I'm not sad about this. It's like I'm just able to kind of go back to places in my life and feel them. I am in a much better place with this. Please know that. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, she needs a helpline. Like, I'm okay with this now. When I get it out is how I release. If you don't understand, watch episode 3. So I tried to teach her. I just want to, like, Mom, just say I love you back. So I would do things to try to, like, I guess, buy my mom's love, to like work as soon as I can at Red Lobster as a host so I can bring money home, and like she doesn't have to pay for as much stuff anymore as she used to have to for me. Or like lighten her burden a bit, because maybe she'll finally tell me, I love you. or get good grades and work my ass off at school, because then you'll be proud and you'll finally tell me, you know, I love you. Maybe if I keep the house clean, maybe if I walk like you and have confidence like you, even though I was so insecure. Maybe you would maybe it would be easier for you to just tell me you love me. Just say you love me, Mom. You know, I craved it. But don't get at my mom, because she loved me the best way she knew how. And I get that now. She had her own demons she was dealing with. She had her own emotions with her upbringing and who she was. And she knew how to tell me she loved me by cooking for me. She knew how to tell me she loved me by making sure I had clothes on my back. She knew how to tell me she loved me by making sure there's a roof over my head. That's how she knew to tell me she loved me. She wasn't a verbal person. My mom's not good with words, with emotions that way. She wasn't verbal. She did it through action. But yeah, she's a lot better now. It's still a little bit of a struggle, but she'll say it back. And when she does, sometimes I feel bad. I feel like I kind of take it away from her, because it's been so many years that, like, when she does it, it's like I'm like, like, thanks, Mom. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, you don't mean it. I need to stop doing it, because I think it's hurting me. Like, I think that can hurt me again, and I need to stop doing that, right? You know, she's trying her best, the best way she knows how. She's verbalizing now, you know? Who am I to take that away from her when it's something I wanted so bad? But yeah, in terms of wanting someone to tell me they love me, that wanted me in my mind at the time, and the one that didn't want me but was showing me everything that was love, and telling my dad told me he loved me till he was blue in the face. Like, I always knew my daddy loved me in that way, you know? Actions too. So having that mix when it came to dating and relationships, nervous smile, guys. As long as a man told me he loved me, something I was craving to hear while I was trying to get it at home, I was all his. Yeah, I'll date you. Yeah, you can cheat on me with my friend and I'll still stay, because you're telling me you love me. Yeah, we'll get engaged and you'll cheat, and I'll still try to fight through it because you're telling me you love me. This is a hard one. Yeah. I'm really gonna say this. Couch confessions, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm supposed to be a mom, but I'm not. Because I selfishly did that because I know you don't love me. yeah, yeah, you can put your hands on me and I'll still stay because you're telling me you love me. I had a lot of crappy ass relationships. I stayed with a lot of I dated a lot of people or had situationships. It's actually not even a lot of people really, but I stayed in relationships because they were telling me they loved me. Even if nothing made sense. The actions didn't make sense. Nothing made sense, but you're telling me you love me. Like, how simple was I back then? Like, how simple are you being, Mom? So, this is when I realized I didn't really love myself. It's a hard realization for a lot of people, but I okay, so a lot of people would be like, oh, you know, you're pretty, you have a nice smile, like, she doesn't have anything to worry, like, why are you, your stomach is flat, like, you don't even have to worry about your weight, like, why do you even, let me tell you something, okay? If you went to high school with me, yeah, I was highly insecure all through high school. Confessions. If you went to middle school with me, yeah, I was highly insecure in middle school. Oh, whew. If you went to uni with me and you thought I was like confident, I was okay, like everything was fine, that girl was drowning and I was very unhappy and highly insecure. Putting it out there. So for anybody who knows me that watches this and like, what's this girl talking about? There you go. Okay? There you go. Right? I got really good at hiding my emotions growing up because I felt I had to. Again, I felt like I was already a crier, so I felt like people always found me like really emotional or like sensitive, and it caused me to hold a lot of things in. If I cared about people, I wouldn't say it because you're going to hurt me. If I was sad about something, I kept it in because you're going to hurt me. Everything was always a fear or that insecurity of, listen, if I don't even get this at home, how the hell are any of you gonna do any better for me in the world, in the real world, public areas, right? This was my mentality, y'all. I tried to make a group of friends family for me because I wanted the people that told me they loved me, I wanted them to be the family for me. Again, my dad always told me he loved me. My mom tells me she loves me now. Don't be getting at my parents. Okay, I don't play about my parents. I'm just being honest. I don't play about my parents. So don't ever disrespect them. Ever. Okay? Shout out to my brother. Ooh, I'm gonna cry. I can feel it. Let me sip water for this one. Whew. Shout out to my brother, Caldy. He's a real one. For people who know him, he's a real one. Okay? At all times. And he calls me his kid sister. And when some people hear that, they're like, what the heck? That's weird. Mind your business, okay? He calls me his kid sister because growing up, it was just me and him. Through anything. Through everything. Through the whole process of my parents divorcing, remarrying, divorcing, life, guys, but my brother was there. He lets me cry to him about my hurts. He is protective over me when I need it. He sees me getting mistreated and says, yo, are you paying attention to this? This is not a relationship. Like, when I am weak, he's my strength. When I felt like my dad didn't want me, that's why he calls me kid sister. He raised me like I was his kid. So I don't know whether he knew I felt that way, but yo, I love you, bro. Because you gave me that father wanting me feel when I didn't know that my dad did want me the entire time. And you know what? Side note, moms, or baby mothers, whatever, if you got your kids, stop speaking negativity into them about their other parent. Stop that shit. And yes, we're gonna curse on this, on these ones, on Couch Confessions. Stop that shit. Okay? It stays with that child long term, and you don't know how much it affects them. And I get it. You're going through your own pain. For those whose dads walked out or aren't there, aren't upholding their peace, and vice versa. Because there's some dads out there that hold down their kids, and those moms ain't okay. So, both ways. Shout out to those moms and those dads that stay positive and speak life into those kids. For you parents out there that say them little slight comments, your dad didn't want you, or, oh, my mom would tell me things like, ugh, you stand just like your father. And it's like, okay. Is there something wrong with that? Like, and it's just their own pain. It's their own way of, I guess, computing what's going on, digesting how their feelings and stuff about everything that's going on. Because I can only imagine as a woman, it has to be really hard to have your family like crumble. That has to be devastating. I can't even, oh, my heart, it has to be devastating. So, you know, I felt for my mom and my dad. You know, I felt for both. So, I get it, but stop doing that. Because it affects you long term. My mom probably doesn't even know that one comment killed me, and it stuck with me all the way until I was like 23 years old. 25. I'm 29, guys. It's very recent. I've just finally gotten through that thought, that lie. Yeah, Satan has a way of making you hear things from people that are closest to your heart to make you want to put yourself in the ground, to make you give up on life, to make you depressed and anxious and alone. Know that. They're lies, okay? Let me tell you that right now. They're lies. And when you find out the truth, you are mind blown. Mind blown that you let it affect you for so many years of your life. Talk. Please, if anybody learns anything from what I'm doing with Raw Talk with Melo, please talk to your kids. Talk to your parents. Ask questions. Make sure you're prepared for the truth you're gonna get, but ask questions. Have those conversations. Don't ignore it. It will kill you. I feel like I just jumped all over the place there, but yeah, my brother, he gave me that feeling of I always was gonna have a man in my corner that I knew loved me and cared for me and wanted me. He wanted his little sis. Even though when I was younger, he didn't want me. He's trying to beat me up. Mad jealous. Mad jealous. But as he got older, we were like this. And we still are. Like this. Like this. He is literally my dad to me. I love you, Daddy. But he is like another dad to me. You know? When our parents were gone on vacation, it was just me and him. When things weren't going so hot and we were at grandma's house, it was just me and him. Yeah. Even till this day, I know I can call my brother for anything. Anything. he's gonna have me. And that's like, it means the world to me. So I love you, bro, with all my heart. I'm gonna stop crying about it now, because I don't want, if you're watching this episode, my brother's one of them like thugs that can't cry type. He'll be like, he'll want to shed a tear and it will just stay in his eyelids. No droplets. No droplets. You know, or he'll be like, all right, okay, come here, give me a hug, you know, go on his own. And maybe he's cried and I just didn't see it. But he's always been strong for me, you know? When there is moments that I could see my brother's eyes and he was hurt. Men have feelings. They want to bawl too. They're just told they can't. They want to cry. Why can't they get that emotional release? Stop being those women telling the man, calling him a pussy because he's crying. You're disgusting for that. Stop doing that. Stop telling him where are his balls because he's crying. Be there for him like he's there for you. What's wrong with you? Stop that. Stop that. And those moms, when your sons are growing up and they're crying or he's more emotional type, don't beat him down about being emotional. What's wrong with a man that's emotional? You're gonna have that kid. You're gonna have that kid grow up into a man that's always bitter and cold because no, I can't show emotion, and he's missing out on so much in life because he can't voice his emotions anymore. Because you made him think it was wrong to do. Stop that, please. I just want this world to change in that way. Stop. 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 Okay? Shoot. But yeah, he's a little thuggy, so it just builds up in his eyelids. Sorry. This is a genuine laugh. It's not funny, bro. You should have been able to drop those tears, but just because I know him, it's just funny sometimes. Because, like, let the one tear drop. It's okay. I'll hide it for you. I'll block you, bro. I'll block you. No one's gonna see, you know? But yeah. I guess he made a life of a difference for me. And, a lot of people wonder, like, why do you not date right now? I dated somebody for 6 years that I knew was no good for me. Because I was running from something that I thought was going to be good for me, but the actions didn't add up. And I wasn't going to be that same girl. Just because someone told me they love me. If it didn't add up with actions, I was going to go for that individual. That's a no. Get out. Make it make sense for me. And it wasn't any better that I decided to date someone that I knew wasn't good for me. Just because actions were a little better. We don't need little better actions. We need actions. You understand what I'm saying, ladies? Just because a guy could be like giving you a 5 out of 10, but everybody else is giving you 0 out of 10, do you go for the 5 out of 10? No, you go for the one giving you 10 out of 10. Whether you guys sit down for some years or whatever, you go for the individual giving you the 10 out of 10. Okay? Same way for you, men. You go, that woman, she giving you like 5 out of 10. Y'all just looking at each other like, you love me? Yeah, I love you. All right, cool. But you cursing and fight, and you can't even get along for nothing. Bad laugh, because I've done it. I've done it. Okay? You know those relationships where you just like, you walk in the house, you just looking at each other like, oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, there's food on the table. Yeah, all right, cool. Just don't even talk to me. Don't even breathe on me. Yeah, but just, yeah. Everybody's good? All right, cool. Like, that is so sad. Like, why live like that? I refuse to live like that. I refuse to live like that anymore. You know what it's like to be in a relationship that's so bad that some days you don't even want to get out of bed? Yo, you guys, don't get me started, okay? Real sadness, yo. And it's so funny because it's not that individual's fault. I can never blame that man. for staying in that relationship, I blame myself. I blame myself. Because let me tell you something. Don't act like you guys want to have those conversations where you literally look at each other and you're like, what are we doing? We know that we don't. We know we shouldn't be here. And then you get up the next day and you guys are still there. Why? Because you had some bomb makeup sex? Okay. Now what for the rest of the year? Yeah, I'm laughing at myself, guys. I'm not even judging you guys. I tell people the bad stuff I've done in my life and been in my life, I'm the last person on this earth to judge anyone. I am far from a saint. Don't get it twisted. Don't let this cute face, I'm far from a saint. But it just makes me laugh now. Now I can laugh at these things because I got out of it, I got past it. But it's just hilarious to me sometimes the things that we will endure in life when we don't need to. Okay, you want to know why I think I stayed? I didn't want to be my parents. I didn't want to give up on something. I wasn't even married. Okay? That's a whole different story time. I wasn't even married. Engaged, nothing in this one. I said 6 years. I did. And I just didn't want to be my parents. I didn't want to say that I didn't want to say not only did I choose wrong, but on top of choosing wrong, I also wanted to be stubborn and not give up because I refused to say I failed, because I felt like my parents failed me twice in showing me a successful relationship, a successful marriage, how to communicate effectively. Yeah. And again, my parents did the best they could. So don't come from my parents. I don't play that. They did the best they could. Best they could. They were young. They were figuring things out. They had this little girl and this older little boy who was just chilling all the time trying to keep his sister out of trouble. Yeah, stories. Anyway, yeah, I think I stayed because, yeah, I had pride. I didn't want to admit that I chose wrong. And 2, I just didn't want to fail. And I'm the kind of person where I have a hard time letting things go. If I've put a lot of years into something, a lot of effort into something, yeah, I'm not giving up with the ease. Yeah, you have to kill me. I am not giving up easily. I'm sorry, I just refuse. When I'm stubborn in the way that when I put my mind to something, yeah, it's getting done. And if you want to stand in my way, that is your choice, but it's your head. I hope that didn't sound like I'm a killer. I'm not. I'm just saying, it's your head. Don't play with me, Yeah, I think that's why I had stayed. But yeah, just the whole point is, I don't know why I didn't realize that all I had to do was make the decision to go and love me. And damn, loving yourself? Let me explain something to you guys. If you're somebody who didn't love yourself growing up, because I didn't love myself at all. I can admit that now. I have the sight now, I have the foresight now to realize that back then I didn't love myself. And sometimes I wonder if a lot of my relationships didn't work because those men could tell that I didn't love myself. You know what I mean? Now that I'm placed where I'm at now, I couldn't imagine dating somebody in the future that didn't love themselves, because I feel like it made me backtrack. When someone doesn't love themselves, they can be so unhealthy. And if they're unhealthy in the relationship, and it can cause you to become unhealthy. That's just from my own personal experience. This is all my own personal opinion, y'all, from my life and how the things I went through. When someone doesn't love themselves or when they're insecure, they usually tend to attract that. So what did you think I was attracting? Okay. Men that didn't love themselves, that were insecure, that would accuse me of cheating, but be the ones cheating, because then I would be the one that was sent to the doctor. Okay, that's a different story. Time. Just, yeah, guys, I'm not afraid to say things. If some of you just got stressed out by what I just said, I'm not afraid to say things. Dealing with guys that will hit your friends because they can't stand the fact that you're attractive and they feel like their friends are watching you. What? Okay, so I'm with you, but you see that your friends are attracted to me. Yo, my boyfriend at the time told me, yo, make your page private because I don't want none of my friends being able to see you. The level of insecurity that I was attracting, how insecure was I at that time? Damn. Like, what? Or even just like, I can't go nowhere. I can't go nowhere. If I go somewhere and come back, it's a problem. Or my phone's blowing up. Like, there's just various different kinds of things that I've endured in relationships. And again, I don't blame none of those men. None of y'all. You know who you are. I don't blame any of you because it was me. That's how I choose to look at it. It was me attracting you because that is where I was with myself. I wasn't happy with myself. I was disgusted with myself. I wasn't confident in myself. I wasn't secure in myself. I wasn't loving myself. I wasn't happy with who I was. And you got that girlfriend. And in turn, I got that boyfriend. Or situationship. Because there are a ton of those. A ton of those. Okay? And I have... Being somebody who was engaged, and I was in... So in my episode with Jamaican Raven, a lot of you may have been offended, or you know how church people go, because church people are just so judgmental. Can't even take it. Supposed to be able to go there for counsel, and they're all just chatting about you. Anyway, I was engaged and got cheated on. So I went for the church guy. Okay? I went for the church guy. Got engaged. Felt like I was doing, the church thing, I was doing everything the right way. I was gonna be okay this time. I was still insecure. So remember what I'm still attracting. Not thinking about it though, because it's a godly man from the church, so I'm good. I'm good. Nothing can go wrong. That's an illusion. They're human beings too. Yeah. But when you find out that you think you're about to go long term with somebody and you find out that they cheat on you with another church friend, what? You just guys, these are real confessions of my life. You're like, all right, God, so I did the church way. Now what? And again, it was just me having to realize it is me. So now, I even had a situation. Oh. I laugh at these things now, and I probably look crazy, but I laugh at them now because I just think they're funny. Now that I've gotten past them. They weren't funny at the time. Oh, believe that. They were not funny at the time. But I just have this inner guilt all the time, this inner feeling. Whenever I meet someone or I know they have somebody, I'm just like, no, I have to keep a certain level of respect because I've been her. You know what I mean? I have felt that pain, that betrayal before. It is... no words for that. Shout out to you ladies who got through that. It's hard. It is hard, okay? And let me tell you right now, that man don't deserve you. It doesn't matter the kind of woman you are, whether you're insecure, he does not deserve you. As long as you're being a good woman. If you're one of them situations where you're stepping out, he's stepping out, I don't want to hear none of y'all. Shut up. I don't want to hear none of y'all. I don't want to hear none of y'all. And I just hope if there's kids involved that you guys are not letting these kids see your naughtiness. Please. Because it affects them. Yeah. Wow, that was a lot of confessions on this couch today so far. Yeah. I am now in a space where I took time out to learn myself. I stopped completely having sex. I stopped dating. I just took the time to focus on me and find out who I was. Who are you? Who's MELO? You know? Who's Melody at that? You know? Not Mel, the people who you saw watched you mask your whole life, who couldn't even tell that you were drowning in front of them. And the ones that knew that you were drowning in front of them and then just use it to gossip about you. I forgive you. Because God knows if I don't, God knows if I don't. So I forgive those people. But I had to love me. I had to be secure in me and my thin hair and my thin body, and just, I had to find my security. I had to level up with my finances because I felt like I just wasn't where I was supposed to be for my age. I did that. I did what I had to do. I took my butt back to school. I started saying the word no. Y'all, I was the kind of person, I wouldn't say no for nothing. I could be like, oh, God, I'm going to be exhausted, but they want to see me and they're going to talk trash about me. So, okay, let me just say yes. All the table, like, falling asleep. It's like, y'all didn't care about me. Because if I was exhausted, you would know I shouldn't be there. Like, there's just... When you're insecure, you surround yourself with bad friends, fake friends. But when you're secure, you barely have friends. But the ones that you do have, you realize those are your riders. That's that friend that's going to tell you the truth. And then when you leave, you don't got to worry about them telling their brother, sister, auntie, cousin, best friend, anybody your business. It just stays between you and them because they knew that you just needed that shit. Not for them to go tell other people. That is what I surround myself with now. The friends that I have right now, we don't even talk about people because I tell them straight, yo, I don't have time for that. Are we talking about business? Are we talking about growth? Are we talking about just some funny thing on TV that we saw? Like, are we cracking jokes? Like one of those, you know? Are we addressing feelings that we haven't done, that we need to in our adult years? Because let me tell you something, before I have a child, and before I bring a kid into this world, I'm going to make sure I'm going to be the best parent I can be. And because I need to make sure I love myself first so that when that kid comes, I love them with everything in me. And I would never let them ever feel how I felt. To my future kid, because my dad says I'm not having kids till I'm 50. Because that was another thing. Being so terrified of like everything I went through growing up and feeling like I just wasn't secure, I ask any family member of mine. My statement was, no pick-me for me. No pick-me for me. No pick-me for me. I'll hold your baby though. I'll take care of them though. But take them back at the end of the day. No pick-me for... Like, I was like, no. I'm not having them. I'm not having them. I refuse to bring a kid into this world. And I'm here thinking, blaming it on the kind of world that I'm living in. And having to finally realize that, no, I'm just scared of myself with that child. I am scared to repeat some generational curses. I am scared to damage them, you know? So I want to make sure I was good. Mommy loves herself. She's secure in herself. Mommy's going to attract the right kind of father for you. My heart goes out to those women that thought that they had a real stand-up guy, got pregnant, had that kid, and realized that my heart, and vice versa for those men that thought that they found a genuine queen and to incubate their seed and take care of them, just to find out that she's gallivanting, for example. Like those are thoughts that scare me. Those are thoughts that scare me. So yes, when I say things like I don't date, there's various levels to it, guys. I don't date because I didn't want to rub off this process of me becoming the best woman I can be for my future husband or boyfriend and kids and everything and friends and all that. I wasn't going to have him dragged into my dirty parts of my life where I wasn't secure, I wasn't loving myself. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe that some certain people in certain relationships can cause you to grow. They can trigger you. They can support you in ways that will make you want to be better. You know, I don't require a man that's 100%. That's just not realistic. I'm just very hard on myself. I want to be like at least 98%, you know? But I don't require that of him. I don't. That being said, though, we ain't gonna take no foo-foo, no boo-boo, no foo-foo over here. Okay? Get out if that's the case. Don't even hit my like. Don't even send me the DM. Don't even invite me nowhere. Okay? And again, y'all, not until 2022, because I'm still going through this process of just being the best woman I can be, so that when I finally do meet someone, I'm able to communicate effectively. Instead of being that girl who's like, nothing's wrong, and just having like a whole moment being dumb, I want to be able to sit down with you and be like, hey, listen, babe, this is how I'm feeling right now. This is how you made me feel, and let you process it or whichever, but like we need to have a conversation. Like I want to be at that point. And I don't need somebody who can communicate the best back, because not a lot of men are good with that, you know? Oh, okay, well, this is how you made me feel. People have been telling them for years, your emotions, I don't want to hear it. You're being a punk. Girl bald, you know? I believe everybody has their own love language. And I would have to be able to learn how to communicate with that individual and vice versa, right? I just want to be able to verbalize, because if I either verbalize or I don't. And if I don't verbalize, you're not going to like me, because I'm harboring. And when I harbor, I'm not a nice person to be around. Factual. Just keeping it raw. Did you guys hear my tummy? It just grumbled. It's almost like lunchtime. Yeah. I said lunch. It's almost dinner time. I just work a lot and forget my days sometimes. Or my meals and my time and my hours. Anyways, starting over this one sentence. Yeah. As you guys can see, after I release, I'm very happy. Like I'm just like, I release. I don't know what it is. But I think that's enough of exposing myself for today. Excuse me. I have come a long way. I definitely need to eat dinner. I have come a long way. I am extremely proud of myself. Mom and Dad, I love you to death. I don't blame you for anything. I don't blame you for anything. Mom, I don't blame you for anything. You loved me the best way you knew how, and you were dealing with pain while you were raising me. That's all. That's all. Do I think it's okay? You know, some of the stuff that you have me believe or you told me? No. Do I forgive you? Most definitely. Most definitely. You're my mom. We're always gonna figure it out. That's just the way I roll with family. And broski woski, Big Ed. Guys, people I really care. Okay. So like people are always like, why do you call everybody big head? Big head is a way of endearment, and for me, like if I call a male big head, like I care about you. I care. I care. If you're not getting called big head, like something I don't care, but like I don't know how to say that without it like hurting someone's feelings. So I just stopped the sentence. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. But yeah, shout out to you, Big Ed, Claudie, older bro. I love you for allowing me to be your kid sister. You got me through a lot. You don't even know, man. Oh, you don't even know. This is my last little quick confession. When I was ready to, I hate saying this. I do sometimes, but it's the truth. So, when when I was in uni in that bathroom by myself that night, and I was gonna take my life, I was gonna do it. You, bro, was like one of the thoughts of like, I can't hurt my brother like that. And I can't leave him like that. It's always just been me and him. I can't leave him like that. Yeah. Whew. No. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's a confession my brother doesn't even know, so he's not gonna know until he sees this episode. So, yeah. And for my family and friends and everybody, I'm so happy I stayed. I thank God. I thank God that I stayed. Because my work wasn't done. My work was not done. And we just getting started. So yeah, I am super excited. But anyway, guys, this was some serious couch confessions with Mel, and we will definitely have some more. Just whatever comes to the dome that day, I guess I want to confess. So more than anything, please, if you are thinking about that, talk to someone. Talk to someone. People who think, oh, this pretty girl has everything, but she has money in it. First of all, I don't. Let me just clear this up. Because growing up, I feel like my people saw like how my dad was starting to live like when I was older, and they felt like, oh, she comes from money. My dad worked his ass off. All right? From gas stations to bouncing at strip clubs to everything. My dad worked his ass off for everything that he has and for his kids and his family. Don't you ever think that this came overnight. Okay? And that same work ethic I see in my dad is embedded in me. My mom has the same kind of work. We work. All right? We don't like nothing handed. Okay? So that those people who used to judge me or still judge me this day, we saw how she raised. She don't know about struggle. She didn't know anything. You don't know a damn thing. A damn thing about how I was raised or what I went through. Know that. Because those people that I can feel, y'all getting on my nerves. You're trying. You see, tell you guys, let the smile fool you all the time. You're trying it. But, yeah, just, sorry, I feel like I got on a whole, you guys got me in my feels for a second there. Let me drop back. You don't give people that power of yourself. I mean, like, whew, drop back. We work hard for everything. My dad worked hard for everything. And, just because you see this person, that was my point. So you see this girl who you think is cute and she's always and always smiling and she looks like she comes from money and all this other crap. Listen, I felt low. I wanted to leave this earth. All right? So don't be judging those girls, those pretty girls. And pretty girls, we're sad too. We have insecurities too. Okay? We don't all come from money either too. Regardless of what you may see. Like, it's just crazy to me how people can just jump to conclusions sometimes and just judge someone like that. Like, I think that's why I like talking to people, because I know that people used to judge me a lot and still do. And I feel like that's why I like talking to people, because I like to know their stories and give my story, and just like, let's block out this judgmental facade carrying society we live in. Like, it just is so trash. It is so bottom of the barrel trash to me. Like, why are we all fronting so hard? Why are you guys fronting so hard? Be you. Face your dark side. Face your truths. Face your mistakes. Face things you didn't accomplish that you knew you should have accomplished. Face failed relationships. Just face things, guys. Face your relationship with your family. Face your upbringing. Face your upbringing. Ask questions. I'm still learning till this day. I'm 29. I'm still learning. I still approach my dad and approach my mom with conversations. Like, can you explain this to me? Like, you know, I remember this. Can you, like, I still do it because I need it. I need that because I'm facing Mel. I am facing the things I ran from and I hid from. You feel me? Let me get a little closer when I say that. I am facing, is that lint? Lint. I am facing the things I used to run from. You ain't got no hold on me anymore. You understand what I'm saying when I say that? I want you to look me in my eye when I say that stuff. This is for anybody, everybody. Face that stuff. Don't let that stuff have no hold on you. It has no hold on you. You understand me? And when you realize that, boom, flying, happiness you couldn't imagine, you know? And shoot, confusion sometimes. I'm not gonna front. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I get it now. And the next day I'm just like, I get it, but what? And then the following day I'm like, okay, I accept it now. Like, there's stages, guys. Know yourself. Figure out how I drop my water all over myself. I'm also mad clumsy. That's another confession, but face things. Face yourself. That's what I'm gonna be doing every time I do these confessions, y'all. So again, I'm done. I think I've been chatting for however long now and dragging this out, but there's Couch Confessions with MELO. And I hope you guys appreciate these episodes, because we about to talk about some things. Some things on this one. Alright, guys. Spread love. Always keep it raw. Bye.